scenario analysis.
Okay, all right, that's the global market action, and we have to track a lot. But how will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in to tell us what the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, very good morning to all of you. Vivek, let me come across to you first up. What is the market setup looking like today?
Well, good morning. The month of October, despite most of the uncertainties that surrounded it, actually turned out to be quite good as far as the U.S. markets were concerned. Most of the U.S. markets saw significant gains. In fact, the Dow saw biggest gains since 1976. Now, when you're talking about the U.S. markets, while month of October was very good, yesterday's session saw a muted close. But despite that, Indian markets as well as Asian markets have taken a bit of a positive cue from the fact that the month has been quite good. When you're talking about the European markets, closed on a very mixed note, and especially the stocks actually ended up slightly higher. Gold prices, continued their downslide. Yesterday down slightly over 0.5%. When you're talking about crude oil prices, here you actually saw a little bit of a dip. WTI futures went down almost 2% in the session yesterday, and Brent futures too fell over 1% yesterday. When it comes closer to Indian markets have a whole host of cues. We have the Q2 results. Yesterday that did come. So L&T, Bharti Airtel, post-market as results came. So markets will react to that. And today we also have some important results like Adani Ports, Sun Pharma, as well as Tech Mahindra. Asian markets are indicating strong start. SGX Nifty too is indicating a strong start. Remember, when it comes to economic data, yesterday the fiscal deficit numbers actually was something that to look at. 37.3% of the budgeted target is what is actually come in. And when you're talking about the industrial growth, the 8 core industrial growth for the month of September came in at 7.9%. So again, some positive news on that front as well.
Okay, all right, Vivek, thank you so much for all those cues. Let's talk about some stocks now. Surbi is joining us with that list. Hey, Surbi.
Quite a few result reactions to watch out for this morning. The first one is L&T, where revenue and EBITDA both have come in above estimates. The revenue is up 23% on a year-on-year basis, and the EBITDA is up 9%. The margins have come in at 11.4% versus 11% same time last year. The next is Tata Steel. The results are disappointing, but that was not entirely unexpected. The EBITDA has come in at 6,060 crores versus a poll of 6,600 crores, and margins have come in at 10.1% versus a poll of 11.8%. Net debt has spiked to 71,700 crores. Next is Bharti Airtel, where consolidated revenue and margins beat estimates. The revenue has come on a year-on-year growth of 5.25%, and EBITDA margins have come in at 51.3% versus a poll of 50.7%. Next is Equitas Small Finance Bank, where the earnings have beat estimates, but slippages are elevated. The deposits have grown 20.4% on a year-on-year basis, and the CASA is up 28% on a year-on-year basis. Castrol India, where revenue is up 5% at 1,100 crores. EBITDA is down 2% at 257 crores. And lastly, Timken India, where the revenue is up 25% at 695 crores, and the net profit is up 23% at 98 crores.
Okay, a lot of stocks in focus. Surbi, thank you so much for that. And let's talk about the F&O space right now. Mangalam is joining in with all those cues. Mangalam could sustain above that 18,000 mark today.
It could sustain above that 18,000 mark today, but just let's take a look at the way the Nifty closed above 18,000 yesterday. It was the first time since September 14 that it managed to cross above that mark, and it needed something special from the FIIs or the institutions for it to actually close above that mark, and that's exactly what happened. The FIIs went ahead and bought about 4,200 crores in the cash market. That was the highest single-day FII purchase all the way since Feb 2021. So that is something that, took the markets remarkably higher. There was strong delivery-based buying in a couple of these index heavies, FII favorites, HDFC Bank, over 1,100 crore worth delivery-based buying in these two counters itself. And now the SGX Nifty indicates that this up move could sustain, not only sustain, actually go above that 18,100 mark. And that's an important one. I'll talk about that in just a bit. But yesterday's up move also meant a lot of those shorts, which were few in the system, have actually gone ahead and covered their positions. 10,000 short positions covered and almost 6,000 long positions added, as a result of which the FIs who are already long in the index futures have gone only more long. They're 63% long, with the shorts dropping from almost 47% to 37% itself. But at higher levels, we've seen put writing and some call short covering. That means that lower levels could see some bit of support. Where are those support levels? We saw a short covering at the 17,900 call. We saw writing at the 17,900 put and the 18,000 put as well. Put together, so almost 75-80 lakh shares written. So that's telling you that the Nifty support has now formidably moved higher to around that 17,800 to 17,850. Now the important part, the SGX Nifty indicates a start above that 18,100 mark. 18,100 in September proved to be a bit of a resistance. Now, if the Nifty sustains above that, then 18,100 could become a new support level to watch out for. So the question is whether Nifty sustains this or not. Two data points that may be a little cautious. We need to monitor this. The put call ratio is at 1.3. Usually the market sees a bit of correction at 1.4, 1.45 on put call ratio. And secondly, the India VIX has fallen about 30% this month itself. It's close to around 15.8. So is that pricing in some complacency? Well, these are the two data points I'll be watching out for. But otherwise, it looks extremely good for the markets.
It does.